Carbs make you fat, mate. Carbs make you fat. I need a carbohydrate diet, but I'll get me fat. I can't hear what you're saying. Your mouth's too full of fat. Fat you eat's the fat you wear. Smoothie, 2,500 calories of fructose, glucose, sucrose, sugars, simple sugars to nourish the red blood cells in the brain. The brain runs on glucose. I don't know what to do anymore. I cause a lot of havoc, create a lot of controversy, but bottom line is I want to help people. I want to use a bit of extremism to highlight the facts that nature is where it's at. Natural foods, alright? Natural foods. Man's ego has commodified food. And then we want to be successful in food industry. So we make our food like more powerful market share than other foods. So you got the meat industry, dairy industry, ego, just like trying to muscle on in and make other food industries look subpar. Think about it. Step back and think about it. Calm the fuck up and see what's going on. It's the ego in the food industries. You got the evil and you got the greed, but it's the ego wanting to dominate. So be careful who you listen to. Don't fuck up your health, fuck up your life because you listen to someone's ego. Listen to your own heart. If you want to make choices in life, listen to your own fucking heart. Not someone else's ego, not me, not anyone else. Listen to your heart. If what I say makes, if what we say, being freely, what we say makes sense, cross-check it with your heart. Always cross-check with your heart. Would you eat your fucking dog? You wouldn't. When your dog gets sick, do you take it to the vet or you give a fucking hammer to its head and eat it? You don't. When an animal gets put down, you don't go, I want to eat the fucker. You don't. We're not designed to eat animals. If we were, when the dog got hit by a car, we'd be like, fuck yeah, free meat. Can you imagine if your car ran into a fucking mango tree, right? And all the mangoes fall onto the car? You'd be like, fuck, this is pretty weird, man, but we've got some free mangoes, man. This is pretty cool. And you'd be eating mangoes at the car crash. Calm the fuck up. I'm going to have this smoothie. I'm going to call this smoothie oral sex. Because it's very pleasurable. It's very good. Spider on the smoothie jug. Look, he's trying to get in there. Can't really see him. Let me see if I can move it around. See him? See there? Look at him. Little junior. This little jumping spider. We'll try and get him out so he doesn't get guzzled in the smoothie. These jumping spiders are an international spider. They're the cat of the spider world, right? They don't make a web to catch prey. They just hunt them down. Hunt him down. So I'll put him over here on the fence. Come on, little fella. Isn't it amazing how people react to spiders? There we go. Spiders, friends. World's best pesticide. That's why we've got such a problem with pests, because everyone's fucking killing the spiders. Spiders don't kill people as much as pesticides do. So if you're concerned, go the pesticide route. 2,500 calorie fruit smoothie. Bananas, a bit of coconut sugar, a bit of dried fruit mixed in there. That's just so sweet. Who needs ice cream when you got fruits? You can taste the calories in that. That's fucking good. A lot of fruits people eat, there's no sugar there. There's no calories. So people eat it for a bit, eventually just hit, boom, just hit exhaustion. Because they're not getting enough carbohydrate calories to sustain their lifestyle or the lifestyle they would like to live. A lot of people say, I can just eat 1,500 calories a day. That's all I need. If that's all you need to live the lifestyle you love living, for sure, I wish I could live on 1,500 calories a day. Save money on food, save time on eating, Be great. I wish I couldn't eat at all. But actually I don't, because I actually do like eating. But you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I do like eating. I've got to say, eating is fucking enjoyable. Especially when it's tasted like this. Hang on, I'll have a sip. So order the digital scales. They should be coming soon. Because people like to go the thumbs up. So we're going to get the digital scales. Weigh everything out. Take photos of it, video, whatever. Be even more objective. Whatever objective stuff you want me to do, post it down below. I do browse comments, but obviously I can't read everything or reply to everything, but I do, get the common gist of what's going on. So please post it down below what you want me to do, and we'll do it. I have been having some problems with my computer, so some of my videos are exporting, and then I have to do it again because it's fucking up. This MacBook's getting worn out. I'm going to probably take it in today to try and get a service on it. Get it sorted out. Cool shirt from Nick Nutrition. How's that, eh? Carb the fuck up. 80-10-10. Sleep water, sugar. Fruit's your friend. And it's got the vegan shirt that I normally wear. Hilarious. Hilarious. What else are we going to talk about? Let's do a bit of questions, eh? Let's do some questions. Questions. Whoa, what was that one? What do you do, Durianrider, what do you do for pain? Like when you get a sports injury or torn muscle? Aspirin, Tylenol, codeine, pain patch. Pain can be hard to deal with naturally if it's a 9 out of 10 level pain from injury. What do I do for pain? I'm a fan of painkillers, but I'm not. Obviously, in sports, painkillers are abused, especially in cycling and running, and even weightlifting or whatever, CrossFit. People pop Tylenol like candy, because Tylenol switches off your governor switch, so you can just push through any pain. Not so much just injury pain, just pain in general. The burn of the legs when you're smashing up a climber in the sprint. So people are popping painkillers to be able to run further or faster or whatever. I understand that's part of professional sports, but I think long-term health, not the best thing for your kidneys, etc. So I don't recommend doing painkillers to train with, even though 100% of pro athletes use painkillers because they're legal and they're fucking effective during times of competition. But like anything, you pay back later on. So I don't recommend it. I've actually had 2 fights this year. Road rage involved cycling, redneck fucking drivers. One of those fights involved me cracking a tooth, and that fucking did hurt. So I did take what's it called, ibuprofen. I took 1 or 2 of those, and that's the only pain medication I've taken probably since 1996, I reckon. Other than when I got a vasectomy, I had anesthetic, which obviously you have to do because they're not going to chop your nuts unless you got some painkillers in there. So that's all I've had is the anesthetic from the vasectomy and those 2 painkillers. Obviously anesthetic is part of surgery, so you need it. So if you need painkillers, if you got 9 out of 10, take it. But if you've got an injury, an accident, for sure, painkillers are just essential. They're beneficial. But if you've got a sports injury and using painkillers so you can keep training, that's what I'm against. What you want to do is feel the pain. If it's 9 out of 10, take painkillers, don't train. Alright? Don't train because you're going to give yourself more injury. I see it all the time. People in marathons or whatever got a bit of a niggle and they think, fuck, I've trained so hard. I want to do the event. I want to lose the weight. Pop some painkillers, bam, stress fracture or whatever, because they didn't listen to the body's pain. So pain is beneficial. I don't recommend taking painkillers for recreational use. I don't recommend using painkillers for training. I only recommend painkillers for extreme emergency situations. Someone says here, pasteurized nuts are not cooked food, Harley. Last time I checked, pasteurization involved cooking things. Isn't it amazing what people want to hang on to? Stop making your own definition of raw. It's making you sound stupid. Every single raw labeled nut and seed I bought sprouted. Bullshit. We have my choice in the bin section as raw or dry roasted. Then you can see the difference when comparing them to solid. Stop saying they're all cooked. They're not. Look, I've talked with a lot of nut farmers. Actually, I'm going to probably make some phone calls today and record it. All nuts in the store are cooked. You have to cook them. You have to tunnel dry them, get the moisture out. All right, you have to do that. That's bullshit that you're saying that you can sprout cashews, almonds, Brazil nuts, etc. from the bin you get at your organic shop or whatever. That's such bullshit. You know, that's such bullshit. All you're doing is just saying that so you can pretend I'm still 100% raw because you want to have a label on yourself, which is great. I recommend labels because labels describe what you're into and stuff. So I recommend doing labels. But don't try and fudge the label because you want to be 100% raw and feel like you're better than someone else. Oh, you eat 99% raw. Like, you're a failure. I eat 100% raw, even though my nuts are cooked. I eat fully raw diet, even though my nuts are cooked. They are. They're fucking cooked, which is fine. I still eat some cooked nuts now and then. But my gripe is that people say, I'm 100% raw, Durianrider Freelee. They're not. But you're eating cooked nuts. Or you're eating miso, which is fucking cooked. I know it's not. It's like it's ferment. It's fucking cooked, man. I'll put $100,000 on it. Miso's cooked. The salt's heated up when it gets refined. The ingredients are heated up. When you cook things, you extend the storage life. You stop things going moldy as fast. So cooking is what companies do. They have to do it. So all your nuts in store, cooked. The only nuts you're going to get raw are the ones you pick from the tree yourself, or someone else picked them for you, and you eat them, and you're like, wow, these taste really astringent and weird. The rest of them, cooked, 100%. But things like flaxseed and chia seed, they're easier to get raw. They will still sprout. But it is funny. Pasteurized nuts are not cooked. They're cooked, man. They're cooked. And again, it's fine, but this is for the people who want to be 100% raw, which no one fucking is. I don't know anyone who's been 100% raw longer than 3 years. Do you? I don't. I don't. And that, again, it's not a competition. It's not saying whatever, but people want to make it a competition, and they're the first to critique Durianrider Freelee and say, oh, they're not 100% raw, they're not worthy. But they're eating fucking cooked food themselves. How does that work? I call it hypocrisy. Are you not worried about getting enough cholesterol? It's been shown with some advances in technology that plants do contain a microscopic amount of cholesterol. Alright? Like just the absolute scrapings of the barrel. Here's the thing though. Here's the thing. The body makes cholesterol. Okay? So it's like saying, Harley, you don't eat eyeballs. Aren't you worried you won't get enough eyeballs? Your body makes eyeballs. It makes cholesterol. You don't need to eat it. Love hearing all the birds. I wish I was warm in Australia. It's 40 degrees here Fahrenheit. Of course, love the discussion as well. Glad to be awakened to the nut scam. The nut scam. I'm fully raw, but I eat cooked nuts. Doesn't make anyone a bad person, but it is entertaining to see what's coming out, isn't it? Durianrider, I found this a great lifestyle to sustain weight. After 6 months on this diet, I've not lost any fats. I'm an avid cyclist. What do you recommend to start losing stored fat on a high carb, low fat diet? I don't know. I don't know what this person's eating. They say I'm 5'10", it's a male. 5'10", weigh about 155 pounds. I'm a sprinter build on the bike. I would say I'm not fat. I'm skinny, but I'm not lean like Durianrider. Still have some pudge on my stomach and hips. Well, 5'10", 155 pounds, pretty light. That's pretty slim. But if you want to have the Auschwitz face, and the abs and stuff like we do, and the veins and the the fucking sinew and shit, that's going to take a bit of time. This level of emaciation, it takes time to get there, you know, and all the, you know, the definition in your shin bones, and you can see the cross muscles and stuff. This is not going to happen in 6 weeks. And if it did happen in 6 weeks, you wouldn't be able to sustain it. So give things time. Do you think I got so good at cycling in 6 months? Do you think I got this lean in 6 months? Give it time, bro. Give it time. And eventually you look like Michael Rasmussen. And you'll be writing me, hey, I'm getting too light, people are concerned. I'll be honest with you, the main reason I don't eat 100% fruit and veg is I'd get too lean. I'd get too lean. Performance would go up, but I would look so fucking lean that I would scare people away from this lifestyle. We'd probably scare people away as it is because we're so lean, both Freelee and myself. But if we ate just fruits and vegetables, we would get so fucking lean. I would get down to about 57 kilos, but if our current lifestyle, if we ate 100% fruit and veg, we'd get down easily to 57 kilos myself, which is scary fucking light. So it'd be good for performance, but look at those veins, you know what I mean? Pipes. It'd be good for performance, but people would see us in the street and go, interesting, what's going on there? So people want to be slim like us, but they don't want to be anorexic. Harley, I think it'd be helpful. Sugar. Harley, I think it would be helpful to give a thorough explanation of how our body utilizes glucose for energy in scientific terms, for example, processes such as glycolysis, gluconeogenesis, ketosis, etc. I feel that people find it boring. I appreciate the email, but it's boring. If you want to learn that stuff, read a physiology textbook. For me, it's fucking boring. What matters, what works, eat fruit, get lean. Eat carbs, get lean. Go to Kenya, go to Thailand, there's your thesis. Don't waste time spending big bucks on whatever. Go travel and ride a bike around villages and cultures and I've slept in people's houses where I didn't even speak their language. They didn't speak English, I didn't speak their language. But I slept in their house. The roofs were made of rusted tin iron. Friendly people, genuine people. Invited me in, served me up food. I'm like, oh, I don't eat that, which was hard to explain. I didn't even speak their English, their language. But I had food with me, or they had some fruit, so I ate that. Travel and watch what people eat. Spend time. You can read all the physiology textbooks. They're great. I've done that. But I find it boring as fuck. And there's plenty of people out there who will teach. There's Plant Positive's a great YouTube channel. Plant Positive. So I'll say it's boring as fuck. It is for me, for most people. But I understand people want an academic explanation. So I think it's fantastic. There's channels out there like Plant Positive, etc., who have done all the boring work, the hard work of putting it out there. Basically, eat a low-fat diet, you get low-fat body levels. Eat a high-protein diet, your insulin levels stay high, you get bigger. You have more mass. Eat like a Kenyan to look like a Kenyan. Eat like a Thai stripper to look like a Thai stripper. Eat like a model to look like a model. Eat like Freelee to look like Freelee. Eat like Durianrider to look like Durianrider. Train like a bodybuilder to look like a bodybuilder. But don't do the steroids. Basically, eat how you want to eat. And that's why we're being transparent. A lot of people go, I want to eat like such and such, but you don't know what the fuck they're eating because they won't tell you, because they're not proud of what they eat. They wouldn't make videos like this because it'd be too honest, and they're not into honesty. And that doesn't make them bad people, but it makes it hard, doesn't it, to have real examples, because like, what do you do? What drugs do you take? Do you on steroids? What's going on? Do you vomit after meals? Makes it tough. I've been eating the seeds and apples all my life. People look at me odd when I eat this whole thing, but they're the ones missing out on the tasty bit by throwing the core away. If you want to have raw, if you want to be fully raw, you got to eat your apple seeds. No more pecans. No more cooked pecans. It's going to be raw apple seeds. Harley, when on a low-fat diet, high-carb diet, mostly from fruits, do you have any recommendations on how to recover from the heavy weights quicker? For example, any particular foods that aid muscle recovery. Loving the videos. Cheers. Go to bed early. Go to bed as early as you can. Go to bed 6, 7 p.m. if you want to increase recovery. And sugars, sugary fruits aid recovery the most. People say, no, you need to eat meat and eggs. Get your protein. Get your BCAAs. Your branched chain amino acids. Isn't it funny, people who eat meat and go to the gym, they're taking whey protein, and then taking egg protein, and then they're taking the BCAAs, and then they're taking the glutamine, the ornithine, the leucine, the arginine. It's like, it never fucking ends, man. Bottom line, fruit, as much as you can stomach. First level, water, because your muscles are 80% plus water. After your training session, quarter water. Then wait 5-10 minutes, smash in as much fruit sugar as you can stomach. Then have a nap or go to bed as early as you can. That's the 3 things to steroid-free recovery. All this other stuff is fluff. It's marketing industry. If you want to have big muscles, aesthetic muscles, you got to do steroids. All the guys that you would think, wow, that's an amazing physique. Steroids, 1000%. Doesn't make them bad people. It's just a personal choice. But don't be deluded that you can get a natural physique without steroids. If you want to look at a natural physique, go back to, what's that guy's, Sandow. Go back to before 1930. They're natural physiques. After 1930, 31, 34, whatever, synthetic testosterone hit the market. And then things changed forever. So from 1930 onwards, that's steroid era. That's the steroid physiques, 100%. Before 1930s, there was no synthetic steroids, so there's a bit more objective of what was going on. That's a natural physique. If you look at the old sculptures or whatever, of the Spartans or whatever, you'll find they're very skinny guys. They're very, like, if you were a Sparta, you were fucking pretty emaciated compared to the guys now today that are on Men's Fitness cover or whatever. Sparta physique, natural. I'm not talking to the artist's impressions. I'm talking the shit they dug up, you know, that was actually painted and sculpted back in Sparta days. That's a natural physique. So you're no longer a pioneer. Will you go back to Woodstock Fruit Festival? I'm not going to discuss that now because it's still early days, but we'll get into that in depth at a later date. Please discuss the idea of brain glands, hormones, natural steroids in the body, etc. Suffering as a result of not having enough essential fatty acids or other lipids in an 80-10-10 style diet in depth. I can't find much science on the subject. What you need to do, though, which has never been done, which never will be done, is a double-blind, randomized control study with a bit of maybe placebo in there as well. And you need to do that for probably 10 years to really have an objective answer. Otherwise, you just got to look at. You got to look at how much. You got guys like Rob Wolf and that. They promote almost 100% calories from fat, or at least 80% calories from fat. Rob Wolf promotes all these brain supplements and shit. Glands. They sell all these gland extracts and shit. Like, you know, Dan the Man and Robert Morse promote all these crazy quack diets, and they sell all these gland extracts and shit. Hormones. Go to any gym, you'll see people on steroids taking hormones, or you'll see pretty much every woman in the Western world over age 40, 50 is taking HRT, hormone replacement therapy, or most men in Australia over age 35 are taking testosterone replacement therapy. Not most, but many. And it's increasing because the fat intake's increasing, so it's fucking up our hormones, etc. So it's not just... The thing is, when you eat fruits and vegetables as your staple, you're getting your essential fatty acids, and you get them in a raw state, because essential fatty acids like omega-3, etc., they're like long chains, so they're very prone to destruction from heat. So that's always funny when people say, I'm eating my fish, frying their fish up for omega-3. I'm like, well, you just fucking damaged it all, man. It's deranged fats. Derange the fat chains. Rancid fats is what you're consuming now. So the best fats are found in fresh greens, fresh fruits. They're the best fats, best quality fats. And that's what we have to worry about. So if you get enough calories from fresh fruits and vegetables, you're done, you're sorted. And people say, oh, do the paleo diet, sell fish oil. They sell krill oil and shit. They just contradict themselves so much. Is there any point in putting a power meter on a beach cruiser? I literally just cruise around. I ride about 10 or 15 miles around my hilly neighborhood, running errands a few days a week. Samantha, I would recommend getting rid of the beach cruiser thumbs up for getting on the bike in the first place. Get rid of the beach cruiser, invest in a road bicycle, entry level, or a hybrid bike. You're going to have much more enjoyment. You're going to want to use it even more. I'd recommend doing that. And then, yeah, get a power meter as well. Power meter Garmin, get on Strava. But definitely I'd switch your bike first. I wouldn't put a power meter on a beach cruiser because it probably wouldn't even be compatible. I'd get a road bike. I've done plenty of videos about that. Entry level road bike. Just type in road bike, entry level Durianrider into YouTube. It will come up. That would be my tip. And get it from a shop that can fit you up well. And then eventually get some cycling shoes, some mountain bike cycling shoes, and just keep cruising up, and you'll have a lot of fun. If you can ride 10, 15 miles in a beach cruiser, that's pretty good, especially in a hilly suburb. I couldn't do that. Beach cruisers suck, in my opinion. For me, beach cruisers are good if you've got to ride 400 yards to the fruit shop in Thailand and back to the beach or whatever. Otherwise, I don't really rate them because they're just too cumbersome. Macola says to bring carbs down to 25% and to make up for it with saturated butter or sauteed butter, coconut oil, and flaxseed. Well, here's the irony, right? Macola's girlfriend, partner, Erin, she follows us on Facebook. She's a supporter. She's a nice person. I think Macola's an alright guy. I've talked to him. He's curious, genuinely curious, interested in what's going on here. If you go on social media and you look at the demographics of who follow myself or Freelee, most of them slim, attractive women of all ages, from 14 up to 80 or whatever. That's the demographics that follow us the most. Slim, attractive women. Second demographic would be women who are yet to become slim, attractive women. But that's their goal. So they're like, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? If you go on the paleo diet, you never see slim, attractive women doing the paleo diet. Because you can't, because you chunk out. Because all the insulin from all the food you're eating, insulin levels just get so high and stay up. You just become like a mass builder. Like you see the girls at CrossFit, they're like men. I mean, they're doing steroids as well, but they're just like, it's like, whoa, Thai lady boy, Katao. Which is fine if you're into that. That's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with being a katoi. Nothing wrong at all with that. I'm just saying that high fat diet makes you fat. High protein diet makes you bloated, makes you puffy, makes you big. We don't have anorexics following us because they want to get fat. They want to stay slim. So that's why we recommend anorexics get enough calories so they don't fuck up your health. And you can have a slim... I mean, a lot of anorexic girls are going, fuck, what have I done? I've starved myself down to a bag of bones. I look like a broomstick holding up a potato bag. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to have a physique like Freelee, which is still pretty slim, but it's not unhealthy slim. And I want to moved up to that. And it's a lot better. You feel a lot better. You look a lot better. Life's more fun when you've got a bit of weight on you. You don't want to have a body mass index under 18. So I just got an email back from, this is on the nut scam. The nut scam. Fully raw nuts. 100% raw cooked nuts. 100% raw cooked nuts. That's a new marketing term I could use. Anyway, I got an email from Brahma Farms, one of the largest almond sellers in the US, organic. They are allowed to sell unpasteurized almonds. Mr. Brahma emailed me back. I asked him, so all nuts on the shelf at health food stores are cooked, right? He wrote back, any nut on shelf is cooked. That's coming from one of the largest nut suppliers in the USA. There you go. Don't just take Durianrider's word for it. Ask the actual producers of the nut. Are your nuts cooked, baby? Yes, they are. Now, you've got to ask it in a roundabout way so they understand what you're talking about. Be direct. Nuts on the shelf are cooked. Simple as that. So if you're calling yourself 100% raw foodist and you're eating cooked food, you're kidding yourself, aren't you? So there you go. All nuts on shelf, cooked. People who sell raw nuts on websites, but they're dry, cooked. They're all cooked. The only time you're going to see a raw nut is if you go in a health food store, right? And the person's just picked them that day, right? Otherwise, if they're longer than a few days old, they have to be put in a fridge. Otherwise, they go moldy. So there you go. There you go. All nuts on the shelf, cooked. Got a little blue tongue, listen. Gently holding them, not too straight. Little tongue. Beautiful little thing. We'll put him back down. That was cool. He just walked under my desk, and I was just watching him. I could hear him coming along the fence. So I just, boom, just grabbed him. Very gently. I've handled a lot of snakes and lizards. You don't want to stress them too much. I mean, I'll stress them a bit there, but you don't want to grab them too hard. Just enough pressure, because they're very gentle, got very fine bones. It's going to give me any injuries. But we put out a lot of fruit for these guys. They really enjoy it. Blue tongue lizard loves eating fruit.